To be an American was to have too much most of the time. It was to live in a permanent inflation of desire.
The English invented the sandwich, and then they did nothing with it for 200 years. A miserable flap of bread with a little smear of mustard on a transparent piece of ham. Pathetic. Not here. Turkey, corned beef, Swiss cheese, roast beef, American cheese, pastrami. The only problem being, as the conquistador said on the edge of the Grand Canyon, how do you get down into it? Sandwich as metaphor.
American artists had rejoiced in the mythic bigness of their country. It was one of the great themes of the 19th century. And then, in the late 50s and 60s, they began to get into the bigness of ordinary life. The artist who latched onto this aspect of America, so weird to the foreigner, was Claes Oldenburg. He was the best of the pop artists in the 1960s, and pop art, as Andy Warhol said, was about liking things.
I think there are many types of American food, but the sort of food that I was using here was the simpler forms that have a kind of architecture, and they're found in very simplified fast food. The hamburger is a perfectly structural piece of food, and I think I'd almost rather look at it than eat it, you know, but it is fun. It's got 3 circles, and if you put an onion on it, you have even more variation, and then a pickle is even more variation, and so on. So it's very often a structure which is covered with a very textured surface.
In 1961, Oldenburg moved into a store on the Lower East Side and began to fill it with things. The store was a parody of an art gallery, nothing but a shop with art in it. Out of cheap, sleazy materials, plaster, rags, shiny paint and junk, he made shoes, shirts, stockings, knickers, all unwearable, all absurd.
Almost all of the works can be related to the body in some way because they are objects handled by a human being. So they relate to the feeling of a human being. And then they also are imagined, they stimulate the imagination of human beings. So they all the objects refer to human experiences.